Hey, what's going on? Matthew Taman here with another Joomla tutorial. In this crash course, again, this is a crash course, right? So that means that I'm not going to be going into a lot of details, because when I say crash course, sometimes I get people messaging, Matthew, you went so fast, man, I don't understand this and that. Well, if you need to understand step by step, and if you would like to have training by me, you can go to my website, matthewtainment.com, and you can sign up for one of my training here. It's a 90-minute training for individuals. This can be for corporate as well. So if you have a small team that you want to teach them Joomla how to build professional websites, I can teach you how to build it in 90 minutes guaranteed. So now let's head over back here. So Helix Ultimate is one of the most popular frameworks used to build incredible websites, right? Without coding, or if you know how to code, that's a benefit. So what I'm going to be doing today is you want to go over to joomshaper.com and you go to products, you go to Helix, and then you can download it. But before we do that, let me just kind of go over some of the new features, that's been released with this particular version. So if you want to build a website with Joomla, you need to use what's called a framework. A framework is just something that's already been designed for you. It's like a plug and play. But in order for you to do that, you first need to understand how things work. So let's take a look now at Helix Ultimate and see how this works. So at the end of this crash course, you're going to learn what Helix Ultimate is, how to use it, how to install it, and how to do some basic editing with it. So if you have a website that was built with Helix, you better pay attention and you need to watch to the end of this video. So let's go. So now let's take a look at some of the features that it has. Drag and drop builder. What that means is you can drag things and drop things in different places. Now, when I started creating websites back in 2002 or so, they didn't have drag and drop builders back then. I used to use Adobe Dreamweaver. So for those of you that have been creating websites for a long time, you know about Dreamweaver back then. I had a few other stuff too, but that's what I used. I had to hand code everything, and my goodness, that took a long time. So drag and drop makes things a lot easier. So now you have responsive control, which is really great because your website can show great on any device that you use. And let's take a look at the drag and drop menu. So you have a rich menu builder. You have layer, canvas. Let's scroll down here. You have advanced customization. Now, customization is really great because when you're creating a website, you need to have the ability for you to change things the way that you want, how to tweak them, how to make them different. So you need that. You have the block options here. You can do that as well. We're going to take a look at all that. And you can code as well. So if you're a coder or just basic HTML codes or CSS, you can do that as well. Here are the 5 different designs for the variations that you can be able to use. So if you have a default, you have corporate, you have fashion, you have a lifestyle, you have seafood. So if you want to start building a website and you're not sure how to get it done, well, you're going to learn how to use one of these pre-existing templates to do that. So let's scroll down here. It's just showing you more features: improved settings, enable typography, built for Joomla 4, enhance. And you have explore the power of Helix. So you have toast notifications, Bootstrap 5, Find Awesome, Google Analytics. Now, analytics is really great because you need to understand your demographics. If you're going to build a website, you need to understand where your visitors are coming from, their income, their age, their gender, how long they stay on your website, all that good stuff, right? So next, let's take a look at the Ajax, the lazy load, the SAS, software as a service, ready, retina logo, brand new menu builder, custom, responsive. All right, so you get the gist, right? So let's take a look at the preview now, what this thing looks like. So this is a brand new design that they did, and you scroll down here. This is the default. You scroll down, you see how it looks. So if you're looking to build a website and you like how this looks, you can literally just use this as your website, and you're going to learn just the basics of how can you make the changes, how do you change different things on the site. You can change it to replace the content with your own. So you have to drop down, you go to corporate, it's another option. So with the corporate option, if you like how this layout looks, you want to use that for your business, feel free to do so. You just have to edit it, put your content, and you're set to go. So let's scroll down. That's what that looks like. Let's go over to the next one. We have the fashion. So if you're a fashionista, you could do this as well. You just scroll through and use this for the fashion. Let's take a look at this one. Now you have the lifestyle. The lifestyle is another option that you have. So that's great. Let's take a look at the seafood. If you want some seafood, you got a restaurant site, this is a great starting point for you. And again, this template is absolutely free, so you can download it, edit it, put your content in there, and you're set to go. And then finally, we'll go to the legacy. The legacy, this is what started off. For those of you that have used Helix for a long time, you know this has been the main template. You can use this as well. Now let's take the portfolio of the pages. So when we get the quick start, it's going to come with everything that you see, and you can just pretty much just change the content to be what you want it to be. And we'll take a look at that in a minute. So let's go to gallery. Now the gallery, you can click here to watch the images. It's really nice. Now, one thing I always tell people is that when you are building a website, you want to make sure that your images are optimized. What exactly does that mean? A lot of times people upload images, and then if the software or the extension that you're using doesn't optimize it for you, if you upload an image that says like 5 or 6 megabytes and you upload quite a few of those, it's going to make your website take forever to load, and you don't want that, right? So speed is the name of the game when it comes to creating websites. Simplicity, elegance, and speed. So let's take a look at the About Us page. So you can learn how to change this, scroll down, and then let's take a look at the services, contact. So you can kind of go through all this. This has a great starting point for anyone that wants to build an awesome website. So we'll take a look at the blog. Now with the blog pages, you can incorporate audio, you can incorporate video. So let's take a look at that. So let's see, you have some audio you want to incorporate. You can do that. This from SoundCloud, and then let's go back. Let's see, you have a video that you want to incorporate from YouTube, Vimeo. You can do that as well. You can incorporate your video right there. And also you can incorporate just simple text that you have right there as well. So a mega menu, this is another option too, is just saying that if you want to add a mega menu like this, then you can add it. But most of the times, most people that are just getting started, you don't need a mega menu. What a mega menu does is it gives you a drop down. You can do that. But again, if you just want something simple, you don't need a mega menu to add a whole lot of stuff that's going to make your site slow down and whatnot. So we've taken a look at this now, and you have the options here for your social media accounts. You can link to it. You can check out what it looks like on different devices for responsiveness. And you can have that there. You have the phone number, your contact, and all this great stuff. So now we're going to log in to actually download this, install it, and then we're going to get to work into it. So you're going to need a web host. Okay. Now there are different web hosting companies out there. So I already have a test server that I'm going to be using here already set up. I'm not going to go into, how I set that up, but you can get into web hosting companies. If you need some, we do web hosting as well. Just let me know. So once you've got your web host set up from your C panel, which is what I'm using right now, this is just again a test server that I have. So you want to go over to, let's find a quick install. So okay, so let's do this. So first you want to be able to do a database. Okay, if you're installing from scratch, you want to make sure you create a database first. So let's create a database. This is where all the information is going to be stored. All right, so you want to make sure a database is created. So I'm just call this Joomla 4. That's that database for it. And then I'm going to click on create. Make sure I don't have that already created. So I don't have that created. I'm just going to click on create database and then go back. Next, let's go over to the user. So let's do the same thing again. Just put in Joomla 4, and I'm just going to put in, I'm not going to use this recommended password that they give. I'm going to create something here. So you put in for the MySQL user, you've put in your password, make sure it's strong, and then click create user. And I'm not going to save this. I want to go back. Now you want to make sure that you copy this information right here, because that's what you're going to need. So let's go back. So once you've created your database, now let's go to the drop down, and you want to find that database you created, which is Joomla 4 right here. You want to connect it with the user, Joomla 4, and you want to click to add, and then you want to click where it says all privileges. So this is going to be the information that you need to connect your site when you download Helix. So Joomla, that's right, the database, the user is the same thing. You can put anything you want there. So click make changes. So now the database stuff is done. Okay, so let's go back now to the main. So let's go over to File Manager. So click on File Manager, and we want to create a directory. So under public underscore HTML, I'm going to click there, and I'm going to click on a new folder, and I'm going to call this one Joomla 4, right? And you click on create. So now we'll create a folder for Joomla 4. Next, what we need to do is just to double click on there, and let's head over to Joomshaper's website. Go here, go to the Helix Ultimate, and then click on download free, and you click on download. You want to find this where it says quick start pack for Joomla 4. This is everything that comes with it. So this is what you're looking at right now. It's going to have all this content in there. So let's click on download. Now it's downloaded it. So next you want to go over to your back end, your cPanel. You want to go to the folder that you just created. You want to click to upload, and you want to drag and drop the Helix Ultimate you created right here, or you downloaded rather. So I'm just going to drop that, go to select. Oh, so it's right there. It's been dropped. So you give it a minute now. It's just going to, do its thing. All right, so now that has been completed, successfully uploaded, you want to go back to your cPanel. Back here, the folder you did it, you want to click on reload, and you want to click this, and you want to click on extract. So we're going to extract it right there. And then that's been done, you want to click on close. So now what we need to do is we need to go to the URL for this, and we need to put that in there. So again, the folder that we created this for, the Joomla 4, that's been done. Let's put the site name. We're going to call this Joomla 4, the English, UK, United Kingdom. Let me get the US. All right, so we'll put in Joomla 4, and you click on setup login data. You put in a username, whatever username and password that you want to create for this. So I'm going to keep it real simple. No, I don't want to use this yet. And then once you're done, you got to make sure that you put in the email address. I'm just going to put in something. You can always change this later on, but I'm just putting that for now. Click on setup connection. And remember, I told you before, we want to be able to put in the database user, and let's put the password we created, and the host. This is the database, and what else we got to put? So you want to leave this prefix alone. Just make sure you put the same database name that you created before. Let me go ahead to database. So the information that you put in here for the database, or database some people call it, is what you created when we did this, which is this right here, the Joomla 4. All right, so now we have that. Let's go over to install Joomla. And then it said, congratulations, your Joomla site is ready. So we have several options here. You can install multiple languages, which I'm not going to do, or complete an open site, or you go to complete and open admin. So let's do the admin because we can take a look at the site later on. So let's do that. Now we just have to put in the login that we created. And just like that, you've set up the Joomla 4 with the Helix Ultimate 2. So it's showing here that there's some updates. Let's take a look and see what updates it's talking about. Also, it's a good thing to keep in mind the updates that you have. So there's the search, SP gallery, free page. So we'll take a look at this later on. We'll come back to this later on for now. So let's just go back here to the home. First, let's take a look in the front end and see how it looks. So voila, you have successfully installed Helix Ultimate 2 for free. So now if you wanted to build your own website, this is a great starting point. You just have to change some of these here. Again, I'm not going to go through every single detail, how to do that here, but I just want to kind of get you started. If you need some more help, check out mathutainment.com. Go to mathutainment.com, and you go to training. You can sign up for my 90-minute Joomla training. So let's see what we've got here. So we have this, everything is set up, and this is where all the menus and everything is. Your content, your article pages is located here. Your menus are located right there. Your components is located right there, SP Page Builder. So let's go over now to system. And then from system, you want to go over to site templates. So when you click on site templates, it's going to show you the templates that you have. So let me right click here so you can see. Drag it over. So these are the two templates that are part of the site now, but the Helix Ultimate is the main one. So let's go to Site Templates, the styles, and then of course the Helix Ultimate. This is the default. So we want to click on this. I'm going to go through here. Let me X this out here because we don't need that. So let's go here, and you want to click on Options. So if you click on Menu Assignments, one of the good things about Joomla is that you can assign a template, a specific template to specific pages, right? So you don't have to use the same template for the whole website. Maybe sometimes you want to give it a certain look and you want to give it a different feel. If you want to assign, let's say, a corporate template to a different page, the fashion to a different page, to a the lifestyle, you can do that as well. So we're not doing that right now. Let's go ahead and click on Template Options. And once you do that, now this is what you're looking at, and this is going to be, updated to make changes to it. So first, let's go over to the basics. So with the basics tab, you have the image, you have the text. If you go over to text, then this is where you notice that it changed to the site name Joomla 4. You can put your site name here, site name right there. And then notice something happened to it. When you type it in, you see this draft. You're going to notice right in this corner right here where it says reset and draft. So I'm going to put this now to new name, right? Notice here, when I click my mouse, somewhere else is going to go to draft, and it's going to update it as we work on it. So let's just put this back to Joomla 4. You can put a slogan if you want, but I'm not going to put a slogan. If you have a favicon, you can do that as well. So now let's go over to the header. Now with the header, you have so many different options here. By default, it's choosing this one, but if you choose, let's say, something else like this, and you give it a second, it's going to refresh, and you notice that the menus have been moved over to this corner. You choose this one. You notice it's been moved over here. So that's one of the beautiful things about the header. You don't have to worry about positioning, moving here and there. All you have to do is just to click and you're done. Now this is really great because, again, when I started creating websites years ago, all this had to be hand coded, but now they have made things a lot easier for you. So you can pick and choose the one that you like best, out of all the options that you have here. So I like this one better. And you can also choose here the versions. Let's say for tablet, you can see what it looks like in the tablet. And for the mobile phones, the responsiveness of it, everything looks pretty good. You can make adjustments when needed, but it looks pretty good so far. So let's do that here. All right, I'm going to keep that one. And then you click this. Now let's go over to the body. You can have a preloader where it preloads certain things. So right now let's do a bubble loop. So when it loads, it's going to load that bubble loop. You notice just that quick flinch. It does that 2 waves. You can do a clock. And let's just do the circle. So that's what that is. If you want to have a box layout, you can do that with a box layout. You see now it's been changed. And you can add a background image to this if you want to. So I'm going to add this background image, click on select, and you should see that now the background has been changed and we'll have that background image. Now this don't look the best, but just want to show you how it is done. So let's click on I don't want the box image. Let's take that off. Now it's back to normal. Let's go over to the footer at the bottom here where it has, your company name designed by you. So when you're working company's website, you want to change that footer, that's where you go to change it. So I get a lot of people that, want to do sites for their clients and they say, Matthew, how do I change the footer for my client? I just designed it. What do I do? So that's how you get it done. So let's go over now to social icons. Back at the top, social icons is right there. You can choose the position that the social icon is in. Right now it's in position top 1, and that's okay. After module, you can put the Facebook, the URL. So whatever link you put here, you can do that. So if I didn't want Flickr, I just delete it, and it's going to automatically you notice it disappears from it. The reason why this is showing is because you put this hashtag right here. So that's why you see. So if I delete, let's say I didn't want the Facebook to show, and I just delete this Facebook hashtag, you're going to notice that it's going to disappear from the list. So now Facebook is gone. If I want to put it back, I just put the hashtag again and refresh it just like that in real time. You see that it's done. Okay, so social icons, let's go over to contact info, top position. This we had the contact. Now this particular module layout here doesn't have the contact stuff, but let's say you chose one that has it. So let's go back to the header and let's use the default, which is going to have the phone number. And if you want to change that contact, This is right here. You can change whatever number you want. So if I change from 3-3, I put 4-4. You notice that it's going to change from 3-3 and just like that to 4-4. So let's go back up now to the coming soon. So you want to enable the coming soon. You can do that. That's not there right now because the coming soon, we have to go on the back end to disable it before that shows. So that's pretty much how that works. And then you have the error page. This like the 444 page. You could upload, your logo and a background image for that. Again, I'm just giving you a crash course. If you need more details, go to mathviewtainment.com and you can sign up for my live 90-minute one-on-one training to learn all that you need to know. So that's done for the basics part. Let's go to preset. Now the preset here, you get to choose the different color schemes that you want to use. So you notice when I choose this here, it's different. When I choose that there, is different as well. And I'm going to choose right now, let's choose the corporate. So now the corporate has been changed. I can change the default colors too. That's one of the beautiful things about the Helix is that I can choose any one of these templates that I want to use. Let's say I wanted to do something with lifestyle. And I can go firsthand and edit it the way that I want it to be, right? So I can make changes to it. Let's say I wanted to go back to the basics and I want to change the header to, I think this is the one I had. I like that header. Because I don't know too many people that put their phone number, so we can do that. Let's go back to, let's change to seafood. You want some seafood? You ready to eat some? Right? You can put this, you can change the color scheme for this. You can have a custom one too, where if you want the top bar to be a different color, you can do that. Let's see, the header part. You can do a lot of things here. So there's the header part. If you want a different color from this, let's say I want something like that. Right, you can be able to change that as well. So now I'll just change the header part to a black. Sometimes you want to customize things to be a little bit different. You can do that as well. So that's done. Remember, you have to click somewhere else. So now that's been changed. This is really great for branding if you want to brand your site. So, but if you want to use the custom part, so let's go to menu. You can change the menu colors as well. So right now it's showing that. So let's go to hover. We want to go to text color. We want to keep this. Let's say we want to get that to be white, right? So let's keep that on. And you notice just a few seconds is going to update it. Now that's white. Doesn't look so great, but that's how you get it done. Let's go to the body. The same thing here, but I don't want the custom look, so I'm going to take that off and just go back to the default. So there you have it. So now we're done with the presets. Just go to the layout. Now the layout's a very interesting part because it gives you so many options in terms of how you can be able to move things, how you can be able to design things. And by the way, you can move things over. If you put your mouse on any particular section here, you can move it over. The content for that part is going to be moved over to the other part. So you drag it over left, right. And if you wanted to add an additional module, you click here to add, and you can click here for the settings. You can choose the title, new. Let me just see. I can say ads. I can choose the style for it. I can select the media, but we're not going to do that. So that's a new section I just created. And let's go over to just delete that section because I don't need it. And you can delete sections, or you can also choose the different variations that they show. So this one here, you can have 6, 6, 4, 4. The bottom line is all of this have to total to the number 12. So if you add these, they're all equal to the number 12. So the footer, right now you go to the bottom, you have, the footer part, footer 1 here, and 2. Let's say I wanted to move this over like that. Did I change? I've changed the settings, so layout's been changed. And let's see what we did. So we can move that back, front and back. Okay, so now let's go over to the menu. Did we finish with the layout? Okay, so now to the menu. Again, you have the different structure for the menu. You can click here to edit the default. And this is really great because now instead of you having to X off this framework edit in here, go to the back other part again, start to edit, you can do all that stuff from right here, which is really incredible because now you can choose where to connect the menus. You can choose what page that they're connected to, all that stuff, the link page, link title, module assignment. You can assign specific pages, specific modules. This is incredible. I love it. So the main menu, and you can link different menus. So now I've changed it to the quick links. I'll put company, there should be a different menu that shows up here, right? So I'll just change that. But let's go back to the main menu, keep it simple. Since that's what we're working on, I can change the seafood menu. If I want to change the title to seafood, I can just put in just food. Let's just say food, right? And I'll just click on save. So now that's been changed from seafood. I go ahead to the drop down. Instead of seafood, I have just food. So this is really great because this saves you so much time. The other way that I was talking about is that you would have had to click the X, go to the other back end, like back end, not this one, and then you would have to, let's say, go to menus, go to main menu. In order for you to make the changes that you're able to do back here, you'd have to do this and then click here to edit each one, but you can do that right from the back. So you want to add a new menu item, you just click to add new, and again, it does that for you right over here. So let's see here. Do we want to add a new menu? You can make this the parent. You can display this with other main menu items. So I'm not going to do that just yet. So let's see. Okay, so about. All right, so let's do this. Let's add one to the, let's see, portfolio. So let's just add one right here. All right, so we're going to call this one J4. And then we're going to choose select. Just articles. Matter of fact, let's choose SPE page builder, right? So we're going to select that. And let's just grab a page from there, just about. That's okay for now. And we want to be able to connect this one to the main menu, and we want to connect it to, it's going to be under portfolio. So let's click portfolio and then click on save. And we're going to see if we did this right. So now we just added a drop down menu right there. This happened in real time. And that's the beauty and the power of the Helix Ultimate, because you're doing stuff real time just like that. So that's done. Let's go to the mega menu. So with the mega menus, the site canvas, you can choose the options for that. But that only happens if you're able to do this, right? So that's where that mega menu comes in play. That's where this, this off canvas thing is. When you click on there, you see the menus right here. So everything moves over to that. You can have just the mega menu and the off canvas, or however you want it. So if we put that, so let's change that. The cell phone, X that off. This is really great for mobile devices. Let's go to the off canvas. Now this is how the off canvas look. You can change it to the left border. In order for you to see how that looks, let's go to a tablet. This is how it looks. Let's change it to a center align. And you click on here, everything's aligned to center. So that's how that works. So let's just keep this to left align. And you can choose what menu that you want for the side, for the off canvas. So let's say you wanted to have a different menu for the off canvas. Well, that's fine. Your main menus could be this. And then for the side menu, you can click here too, but I'm going to click here for the tablet, the drop down. So now you have two different menus that are showing, right? So this is the off canvas. So let's go back to the main menu. You want to enable login, you can do all that cool stuff right there. So now we're done with the menu part. Let's go back to the desktop. So this is where you have the typography. You can choose the default font. Roboto, you can change to any one of these fonts here just by clicking on it. And when you click on it, it's going to show you how it looks, and that's going to change too on your website. So whatever font that you like, I'm just go back to Roboto. You can change the size, the width, and all this again is real time, which is amazing. Love it, love it, love it. The subset, you can choose the light, the weight, the height. If you spread this more, it's going to space out more. You can choose the decoration type. You click on there, you can choose here, but I'm going to keep this at default. You can choose the alignment, which I'm not going to do. For the font, you can choose another option there. You go down. And you can scroll all the way down. This gives you flexibility for fonts for different parts of your website. So let's go over to the blog. So now with the blog, you can be able to choose your thumbnail. Let's see the blog here. You can choose your thumbnail, and you can choose the different things. Now you see how this looks now with the background. That's because we changed the background for this. So now we're having the reason why when you go to the blog page and you're able to see this whole thing right here, that's because we'll still have this. So let's clear this right here, and then Now we've cleared it. So if you had that issue where that was showing before, now we've cleared that, and then we're back to normal. And then let's go over to the preset and let's disable the custom style. And then now we're back there to normal, and then make sure you click on save to save the changes that you've made. So let's move back now over to, so we were doing the blogs. So let's go back over to the blogs here, and let's click on this one. So you notice now you have this social share here. This is what this is for. So if I click off LinkedIn, then when you go back to the blog over there, it's not going to have LinkedIn anymore. Right, so let's click this one here again, and now LinkedIn is no longer there. So if whatever social media you want to have, you click the drop down. There's just 3 of them right now, so you can put in the author's info. Do you want it to show the reading time progress bar? So if you put that there, it's going to show the time progress bar. Let's go back to the blog and let's choose any one of these. So it should show how long it's going to take for you to be able to read that. Reading time progress bar. So let's go over now to the position tab. Let's go down to full width comment section. Let's go to the comments. Comments, disable. You have to discuss intense debate or Facebook. So let's choose one of these, but you got to put in your Facebook stuff there. So let's go over now to the blog. I don't know if that's going to work without the Facebook ID. No, so you have to put in like your Facebook, or if you have a discuss or intense debate, you got to put in your credentials in order for that to work. So let's go to custom code. Now if you have anything, this is where you can put in like your Google Analytics tracking code. You can put it right there, or to tell you where to put it on your website. So if you have a specific code that you want to track something, this is where you can be able to put that code in. And if you're getting from an external website, they're going to let you know exactly where to put it before the body closes, after the body, or before the header closes in the body, or before the body closes. So it's going to show you where to put that in. And then of course you have your CSS compress. You can compress the files, the SCSS, the font settings. You can have your lazy load, import export, your analytics. Make sure you put that in there. So this pretty much gives you an idea for how to kind of run through and make changes here on this. So now let's click on save, and let's check out another part. So this gives you a really good idea of how Helix Ultimate 2 works, right? I know I'm going a little bit fast, but again, this is a crash course, kind of get you up to speed quickly. So now let's click close, and let's click on this X right here. So all the changes that were made should be visible now on the front end. So if we refresh this, the header part should definitely change to what we did. And I love how simple and clean that looks. So let's go to component. Let's go to SP page builder. So now these are all the pages that you see on your site. You have the home, you have the default, corporate, fashion. If you want to figure out what page is located where, you just go to the all menus, and then this is where you can be able to see each one. So you click on the corporate, is going to show you that this is connected to the corporate page in SP page builder. So let's go over here now. This is the about us, this is the fashion, this is the default. So you click on the default, you can click to front end edit. So SP page builder has 2 editing modes. You can edit like this. This is how it was before, but now they have a front end editor, which makes things a lot easier. You can do things in real time. So let me log in first. So when you're in the SP page builder section now, you can be able to edit any page, right? You can click to preview, or you can click to edit the front end. So you can click on front end editor, but if you click on, let's say, the default, when they first started, this is how you used to edit pages. You really couldn't see what you were editing until you have to preview it. But now that the newer version have been released, you can be able to see a lot more. So you click on front end, and you have to sign in. This is what you get. Now we don't have access to all this content right here because this is the pro version of it, but you can still be able to edit things. So as you move your mouse over, you can change pretty much anything you see on here. So let's say we want to change this to from Helix Ultimate. You can either click here, you can just change it like this, directly on there to, let's say, Joomla. We're going to call this like a Joomla 4. So we're just going to call this Joomla for beginners, right? Just like that on the screen. It's so simple. Same thing with this one here. You can do whatever editing, but when you click here, a crash course in page builder. Okay, let me slow down a little bit, right? Because I'm getting too excited. Can't you tell by my voice? So you can go over here. You can click to edit. With page builder, this is the pro version. So that means you don't have access to everything. So I recommend that you get the pro version because it gives you access to a whole lot, right? Let's say to blocks, but you can't use the blocks now because you don't have access to it. Blocks are really great because it allows you to drag and drop pre-designed blocks that you can be able to use. You go to layouts. You can't use the layouts yet because, again, it's a pro version. But how layouts work is that if you wanted to install any one of the designs that you like, you just click on there and you're able to get it done just like that. So you go to tools, your page settings. This is where the page settings for this individual page is. If you were to go and choose another page, you can see the settings for that. The sections, that's the pro version. You don't have access to it. The add-ons. So all this right now, you don't really have access to it because it's the pro. But if you want to get started again, you have enough here. You can edit, click to edit. And that's one thing that they did that I thought was really smart because they wanted to give you enough tools to show you the power of page builder without you thinking you have to pay all this money for it yet, because it's very affordable, you know, not that expensive. So you can change this here. Again, you can change from passion to let's say purpose. I like that word, purpose. You can change the text. So how this works is page builder, you click here to edit and you can edit the style, the animation, all this section. But if you want to edit each individual thing, you click on there, you scroll down, you can change the images right here. It's a SVG file. So you scroll down, so anything that you want to edit, you can edit it directly through. You can check to the responsiveness of it, see how it looks on different devices, and make sure that you click on save to make changes to whatever you're doing. So we'll come to the end now of this crash course. Make sure that you like this video, you share, and if you want to learn again how to edit, how to build custom websites from scratch, you want to learn how to edit Helix template or any other template. I get so many people email me, Matthew, I just bought this, this new template. It looks great, but how do I edit it? I don't know where to begin. Well, you can sign up for my 90 minutes masterclass or training rather that will teach you how to build websites from scratch and how to edit them without being a coder. Okay, so this is offered for individuals, this is offered for corporate companies, this is offered for groups, for small teams. And you can see here I can show you how to edit a template from Joomla or from any other company that you've bought, this pretty much goes to show you how to get it done. And these are for my sessions here. This is the basic sessions, the pricing form. And I like to be upfront about the pricing because, again, I've been doing this for so long that I'm not a rookie. I'm not a beginner. I get you results that you're looking for, and you can learn in 90 minutes from me. It'll take you probably a year to learn. So we'll cover everything that you need and all your questions are being answered, but that's pretty much it. So once again, if you have any questions or you'd like to sign up, go to matthewtainment.com, and I look forward to helping you learn how to build professional websites with Joomla.